Falling off your stand-up paddleboard. It happens. What are you gonna do? So you have to be prepared for it. It's not a big deal. In fact, most times in my lessons, I very much encourage people to go to the end of their limits, to push their comfort zone until they actually fall in the water. Why is that? Because everybody is afraid of falling off before it actually happens. Because it hasn't happened and it's that unknown. So when it actually happens and you know what to do and you get through that first time, a huge sense of relief floods over you and a newfound confidence sets in. So we are going to cover what happens when you fall off the paddleboard, whether it is accidentally or on purpose. So I'm going to turn over the stand-up paddleboard. We are going to be working with our sweet spot. So remember, we're always going to be working with our most stable area of our board, and we already know on this paddleboard that it is right here. So I'm going to be turning it over, but we know that it's pretty much centered here. So if I were to fall off the board, backwards, frontwards, anything like that, it doesn't matter. I'm in the water. You have your life jacket on, you surface. Don't worry about your paddle should float. Your first thing is to get back on your paddleboard. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be swimming to your paddleboard and you're going to be aiming for the middle, the sweet spot. You're going to approach it from the side and you're going to put your arms over the top of it and try to put as much of your weight as you can on the opposite side of the board. So remember, we've divided into 4, so you are trying to put as much of your weight as you can on the other side. Why is that important? Because remember, you're going to be trying to hop on and you're probably going to be going like this. If you don't have any weight on that side, all it's going to do is come up and smack you in the face. Nobody wants that. So remember, you have to balance your weight. Put your arms over it, as much as your weight as you can on the other side. Grab the other side of the board and then haul yourself up. Doesn't matter how you do it. Some people can do it like this. I call it the beach whale move. It is not elegant unless you're like an athlete. If you are having problems, take your arm, haul yourself up, whatever you need to do to get yourself back on the board. Once you're back on your board, you're going to situate yourself in the right position. So the number one thing that I see with new paddlers is they fall off, and they're doing so awesome, and then they get back on and they don't remember to check which way they're going. So remember that you are situated going this way with usually the logo at the front and absolutely your fin and your steering system at the back. If you fall off and get on and you are not paddling correctly, you cannot control your board, you have either damaged your equipment, your fin, or more likely you are standing on the wrong side of the board trying to paddle backwards. So remember again, just swim to the side of your board, weight over the side, haul yourself back up, situate yourself, and now you're going to be looking for your paddle and you're going to be surfer paddling to your paddle to grab that and start again. So no big deal, have a seat, regain your composure, and then start again. Another thing that causes people to fall sometimes is that they're looking down. So do not look down, remember always look forward. Another tip and trick to help is if you have cramped legs and cramped feet that you usually will get as a new paddler as you try to hold on with the claws of death. You want to take your paddle in the recovery position or the stability position. Just put it lightly in front of you and then stretch out your feet. So you can stretch out your arms, you can stretch out whatever needs to be. Remember, this is a full body toning activity. Even though it's awesome and it feels fun and it doesn't feel like exercise, there is a lot of exercise and using of muscles that you probably haven't woken up in years. So remember to stretch beforehand and stretch out while you're on there. So no big deal if you fall off. Do it at least once in areas that you are comfortable in before you go out into the unknown and then you have a fear of happening and you're not able to get on. Final tip, I mentioned it with my life jackets, is do not wear the kayaking jackets. With the PDF here, you remember when you're falling off and you're here, if you're weak at all in the upper body, women, I'm talking to you, If you have this type of jacket, you're going to have a heck of a time getting back on your board. So do not wear the kayaking life jacket. The regular jacket kind is preferable. All right, guys, so that is how to get back on your paddleboard when you fall off.